What's up, brothers? Welcome back. I think a lot of guys are missing out on maybe finding a woman because they don't apply the right formula. Like there legitimately is a formula. A lot of guys are just using the dating app formula. There's a human formula that is very simple. It's the more time you spend with someone, the intensity of that interaction, the closer you are with someone, and the duration of that time. So you have your proximity, your duration, your intensity, and your frequency. Proximity, intensity, duration, and frequency. When you put those things together, you develop friendships, you develop relationships. But a lot of guys, they just try to go online. They get rejected. Maybe they don't get a bunch of likes on their Tinder. Maybe they don't get any. And they turn blackpilled. And they think it's all about their looks. But the human formula is to actually be around people, to have somewhat of a social circle, to meet people that you, in places that you frequent often, and that you see often. This is how most people, this is probably how your father did it. You know, if your father did it, you could do it. This is how most people do things. And just because we have the internet doesn't mean we have to use these apps, these businesses, to find love and meaningful relationships within our life. Now, for me, first time I met one of my girlfriends was I was working at a car dealership. And when I look at this story, it has all these elements in this. I was working there. She worked at a different car dealership right next to mine. And I would sometimes walk over there and I would see her. She was a receptionist. I would see her sometimes. She was really, beautiful girl. Really, she was very feminine. Had that like feminine sort of flirtatious, laughed loud, made people feel welcomed. There was none of that feminist, breasting bitch face to this woman. She was very nice, very friendly. I would see her. And I would walk by sometimes and I would give her that glance. I would let her know, hey, I'm here. I see you. I wouldn't linger though. I wouldn't linger too much at the front desk. I noticed a lot of the sales guys, they would just linger. They would just be overbearing, always talking to her. But I made my presence known. I would see her, maybe give her a little cheeky smile. Here and there I would drop a comment. One time I saw her walking in the parking lot and I was driving a vehicle. And I pulled up next to her. I said something, made her laugh, took off. Made no big deal. Another time, I came over, I was bringing cookies. Someone asked me to bring cookies, and I was bringing a tray of cookies. I said, hey, you want a cookie? And she said, sure. And I said, here, take a cookie. Boom, left. Didn't make no big deal about it. These frequent interactions, this sort of, and they were intense too. The laughter was fun. It wasn't crazy, okay? It wasn't like this big deal, but it was fun. I was planting the seed. And this proximity kind of getting closer and closer over time. This long game, it wasn't like I needed this immediately. It was, oh, this is a cute girl. Let me make myself known. Let me make my presence known. She sees me. She acknowledges me. And so time goes on, a couple months. There's a work party. Boom. Work party. We show up. We're having a great time. Having a little bit of, some wine, some drinks. Everyone's playing these games. I'm kind of flirting here and there with her. She sees me talking to some other girls. No big deal. The night is starting to reach its peak, and I see her inside. And this kind of sounds cringy, looking back at it. But I truly believe that the means are justified by the end. All right, if you get what you want in the end, it's okay if you make some cringy moves, dude. Don't worry too much about cringing. So I see her there. I forgot where I heard this from. But she's alone in this one room, and we're already talking, with the rapport's built. We're vibing. I said, hey, go put your hands out, and I saw The Rock do this. Dwayne Johnson. I saw The Rock do this. Put your hands out. I'm gonna lift you over my head. She's like, what? I said, no, just do it. And she did that, and I grabbed her and I kissed her. And I kissed her, walked away, and dude, it worked. It sealed the deal. Honestly. That's a young man's game. Probably wouldn't do that these days if I was single. I don't think I would need to do that. But in the moment, it felt right. Ended up dating this girl for a couple years, and it was a great relationship. And she was great. But when I look back at it, it had all those elements. It had the proximity. It had the frequency. It had the duration. It had the intensity. That final night being that intense moment, kind of sealed the deal. There was another girl I dated, and I met this girl at the library. She was walking out, I was walking in, it was raining. I was like, wow, this girl's gorgeous. Like, I gotta at least go say something, scoop the nuts. So I go and I scoop the nuts, and I say, hey, I just saw you like walking out. I just wanted to come say hi. What's your name? She tells me her name. She asks me mine. Tell her my name. I get her number. I don't talk to this girl for like a month and a half. Maybe a little text, little ping, just see if, make myself known. She ends up hitting me up. She says, hey, I need a date to this movie premiere that I'm going to. I said, okay, like let's roll, let's do it. So I show up and we're at the movie thing, sitting down. There's no seats, there's no seats. So I kind of take initiative. I have a seat, but she can't find it. I'm like, I just pull her. I'm like, here, sit on my lap. She sits on my lap. She kind of made it easy too. She made it easy. It was like, there's nowhere to sit. Can I sit? Oh, yeah, pull her in, sit on my lap. And then, after the movie premiere, watch the movie, blah, 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 we're in this club bar-ish area, and people are kind of drinking and dancing. There's music, and I'm like, I go and I get all these girls to start dancing, and then people start dancing. Next thing you know, there's like 20 people dancing. Everyone's having a good time. She's seeing this. She's saying, oh, like, look at this guy. And I pull her over, we're dancing, we're having fun. Dude, intense moment, This also contains some of those elements. It's very human. This is a human story, man. This isn't like I went fishing in a barrel, on Tinder, swipe, swipe, swipe. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think you should realize that as humans, this isn't like really natural. And you shouldn't limit yourself because there's so many amazing opportunities that life will throw at you if you put yourself out there. And it's not like I'm telling you to, hey, use this formula to get a girlfriend. I'm just saying, this is what you see recurring patterns when humans form relationships. Could be friends, could be with a man, could be with a woman. It doesn't matter. There's always that proximity, duration, frequency, intensity, some form of that, usually in human interactions. It doesn't always have to be. Sometimes sometimes you don't need to know someone for a long time. It's just an intense interaction where you get close, proximity, and it starts to blossom. It works out, then introduces the frequency and the duration of that time. So just a couple stories, of my own life where I've seen this work and I've had really good experiences with it. I think you don't want to limit yourself. You don't want to get down if the dating game isn't working for you online, because it's really based off pure looks. Personality has so much to do with it, man. I swear, like, if I just, like, most of us don't believe in the one, right? The one, but you meet a girl and you're vibing, like, dude, it's not hard to get a girl to like you. Like, it's really not. It just takes some time. It takes some time, some interaction. Some women love men a lot more for who we are, like our personality, what we believe ourselves to be, our potential. We like women based off, right? She got a big booty. She's got a pantry in the back, and she's got some, she's nice. She's got a nice face. We instantly like her. We start thinking, man, I could have a family with this woman. We all daydream. But women like us for different reasons, man. This is just clear as day. And you see this happen over and over again. There's a lot of guys, you're like, man, this guy, like, he's got a hot girlfriend. What happened? It's because we're more than just our looks. We're our mouth, our mouthpiece, the things we say, the stories we tell, the life that we live, the things that we care about, our passions. What's in our heart, what invigorates us, that explorer spirit, that Thumos, the fire in the belly, the desire to conquer and overcome. Women, this is what women want. They want that man. They want a real man. They don't just want some pretty boy that, has nice looks and mews all day and has a nice jawline. Like, you don't need to just play this Tinder game. You need to develop who you are, believe in that man that you're becoming, that potential you have, the dreams that you aspire to. And so that's what makes you you. That's what makes you great. And so you don't want to let that fire die. Use that to develop your relationships. Put yourself in these opportunities. I know a lot of you guys, your goal this year, I was talking to a lot of our guys in the High Thumos men's group. A lot of the goals is just to be more social. You know, it's too easy not to be social. We just came out of the lockdowns where we're used to spending all this time not being social. This year's going to be different. Put yourself in those positions that you have this frequency, this proximity, this duration, these intense interactions. Plant the seed, maybe just a side glance, a cheeky little smile, right? Make yourself known, and then, you know, it'll happen. It'll develop over time, but be patient. Open up your options. That's all I got to tell you guys. Hope this helped. The friendship formula, which it was really coined, I believe comes from Never Split the Difference book. I could be wrong, but I think it's from that. I think it's from that book where I first learned this. And I've seen it. I've seen the patterns emerge in my own life. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.